Ooh, take a look at this sentence. I'm lying on the beach. I'm lying on the beach. What does this sentence mean? Well, it means this. I'm lying on the beach. Just relaxing, enjoying the sunshine. I'm not on a beach right now. I wish I were on a beach. I wish I were this guy right here. He's enjoying lying on a beach. Now look at this sentence. I'm lying on the beach. This could also have a different meaning. Could have a different meaning. Do you know what that meaning could be? Well, in this lesson, I'm going to teach you. Hey, I would be so happy if you subscribe to my channel right down there. Okay, so let's say this guy is telling everyone else on the beach, a tsunami is coming. A tsunami is coming. But there is no tsunami. He's lying. He's lying to everyone on the beach, right? So then we could say this guy is lying on the beach. We could say that. He could say, I'm lying on the beach. I'm lying on the beach. He could say that, but realistically, we would never use a sentence like this in English. That would just be weird. We would never say that. But technically, you could say this. It's a proper sentence. It's a grammatically correct sentence. Okay. So the word lie can have two meanings, right? It can have that meaning, to lie down, or it can have this meaning, to tell a lie. To tell a lie. That means to not be honest. You know the story of Pinocchio, right? Where Pinocchio would tell lies, and every time he told a lie, his nose would get a little bit longer, right? So there's that kind of lie and that kind of lie. Now, with this meaning, the word lie can be a verb and a noun. Okay, for example, she lied to me. Okay, that's a verb. She told a lie. Okay, that's a noun. Now, this verb here, to lie, when it's in this meaning, it's always a verb. Okay, it's not a noun. Okay, I'm going to lie down for a few minutes. I'm going to lie down for a few minutes. I'm sleepy. I'm going to lie down for a few minutes. Oh, sorry, I was just snoring. I was snoring. Do you snore? Be honest. Tell me down there in the comments, do you snore? Actually, I don't snore. I don't snore. I was just pretending to snore. That's my pretend snoring. Does it sound real? Maybe it sounds real. That's how people snore, right? It's crazy that sometimes people, they fall asleep and their nose makes that noise. That's funny. Okay, so these are the different forms of this meaning of the word lie. Okay, she lied to me. Okay, she told a lie. Are you lying? Okay, here it's a verb. Here it's a noun. And here it's a verb in the continuous form, right? Usually when we have ing words, that's a verb in the continuous form. Okay, are you lying? A person who lies is called a liar. A liar. Are you a liar? I hope I'm not a liar. I've probably told a few lies in my life, but I don't think I lie on a regular basis. At least I hope not. I don't want to be a liar. That's bad, right? Okay, so let's just forget about this meaning of the word lie. Now you know this meaning, right? It's easy, it's clear. Now let's forget about it. Let's forget about it and move on to this meaning, okay? So this meaning, the verb is lie. Lie, that's the present tense, right? Now, the past is lay. Lay, not lied. Did you know that? It's lay, not lied. Okay, and then we have another verb. You know, like the third verb, the strange verbs, the past participles, right? It's lain, lain. Okay, so if you use this one, then you need to use the verb have. We need a helping verb whenever we have a past participle, right? Like have lain. Have you lain on the beach for more than an hour? Or I could say, I have lain on the beach for 2 hours. That's why I'm getting sunburned. Okay, I'm getting sunburned because I have lain on the beach for more than 2 hours. Now, like I said, in a continuous form, then we use this one, lying. I have been lying on the beach for 2 hours. I have been lying. I love lying on the beach and soaking in the sun. Do you like lying on the beach? Okay, so these are the forms of the verb lie. Right now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a very, very confusing verb for native English speakers. I mean, it's confusing for you. I know a lot of English learners have a problem with this verb, but even native English speakers make so many mistakes with this, okay? Now, native English speakers rarely use these two words here, lay and lain. They don't use them. Why? Maybe they didn't learn grammar. You know, a lot of native English speakers don't really know much about English grammar. Or maybe they do know the right answer. Maybe they do know, proper grammar, but they just choose to, speak more naturally. Sometimes in English, we don't really follow proper grammar, proper English grammar, right? We just speak whatever comes into our head. Okay, so which word do native English speakers use instead of these? Well, they use a different word, which is laid. Laid. Okay, take a look at this. I laid on the beach for an hour this morning. I laid on the beach for an hour this morning. This would be the simple past tense. And I've laid on the beach for an hour already. I've laid on the beach for an hour already. Okay, this would be the present perfect verb tense. Okay, but these are wrong. These are wrong, right? It should be I lay on the beach for an hour. Or I lay on the beach, for an hour this morning. Okay, it should be L-A-Y, lay. And this one should be I've lain. Lain with an N, not a D. Okay, so this is a mistake, but this is how, native English speakers talk most of the time. I would say many, if not most, native English speakers, use this word laid instead of lain. Did you know that? This is very confusing for native English speakers. I bet if you asked people, random people out on the street here in Canada or the US, I bet 90 or more, maybe 95% of people would not know the right answer with this verb, lie. They wouldn't know. Okay. Now, where do they get this verb laid from? Is this a word? Laid? Yeah, it is a word, but it's part of a different verb. It's a completely different word. Okay. There's another verb, lay. Lay. That means to put something down. Okay, to put something down, right? Or like this, right? Chickens lay eggs. Chickens lay eggs, right? It means the egg, comes out of the chicken, right? If I want to ask you to do something, I might say, could you lay this, like my laptop, right? Could you lay my laptop on the table or on the desk? Okay, so the word lay means to put something down. Okay, so let's take a look at the forms of the word lay. Okay, so lay, laid, laid, right? This is the past and this is the special one. Now they're actually the same word, right? Laid and laid, right? I have laid, and this one is just the simple past. I laid. Okay, so here are some examples. Please lay this on the table. Okay, that is present tense, right? And then in the past, it's I laid it on the table. That's simple past. And here, I have laid it on the table. Okay, that would be the present perfect verb tense. Now, if you are confused about verb tenses, don't worry. I've made a whole series on verb tenses. The link to that series is down there in the description. Okay, hopefully that series will help you understand verb tenses a little bit more, but don't worry about it for now. Okay, the hen is laying an egg. Okay, so this is the continuous form. It's the process, right? You can see the hen, right? A female chicken is called a hen. The hen is laying an, hey, look, the hen is laying an egg. Cool. Okay, now, usually, we actually don't use this verb much in this meaning. We would rather say put, okay? So please put this on the table. Hey, could you put my laptop on the table over there? Could you put these dishes on the table? Yeah, I put it on the table, right? I have put it on the table, right? So we would use the word put more commonly than this word lay. Now, with an egg, then we always use lay. And it has to be lay. There's no other word we can use to describe that process. It's called laying an egg. Okay. Now, here are the two verbs side by side. Okay. Lay, laid, laid, and lie, lay, lain. Look at this. Here is lay, and over there is lay. Well, that's confusing, right? But these two are actually different words. They're completely different words with different meanings, but they just look exactly the same. Right? So that is a bit confusing about English, right? And it's also very confusing because in this one, we usually use the word put instead of lay. And in this one, a lot of people use laid instead of these words. That's crazy. So they're actually using a word from a completely different verb. They shouldn't be doing that, but that is. So for this verb, we say put instead of lay. And for this one, we use these two instead of these two. There's no hope for this world. There's no hope. This is crazy. How are you supposed to learn English when native English speakers make this mistake so frequently? It can be very frustrating for you as an English learner. But I want to ask you a question. Is it more important to be correct or sound natural? What do you think? Is it more important to be correct or sound natural? Let me know what you think about this question down there in the comments, okay? I'll be honest with you. If I'm talking with, other native English speakers about a beach, I would probably use the word laid. I would say, yeah, I laid on the beach for 2 hours this morning. Okay, so that is wrong. So I make that mistake, right? But I know it, right? If I was to take an English grammar test, right? I would probably get 100% because I know this, right? I know the right answer, but when I'm speaking naturally, I just choose to use the wrong one. I choose to use the wrong one, right? I'm an English teacher. I would say most English teachers make grammar mistakes like this in their natural conversation, right? So, it's your choice. It's your choice. You should know the difference. I mean, you're the English learner. You might have to take a grammar test, right? I don't have to. I'm a native English speaker. Nobody's going to punish me for my English. But if you make a mistake on an English grammar test, you're going to be punished, right? I mean, hopefully they don't hit you, but you might be punished by someone reducing your score, right? The teacher might give you a worse grade, and that would be bad, right? But, I just want to be honest with you and tell you that a lot of native English speakers will say laid instead of, lay and lane, how it should be. Right, this is really confusing for native English speakers. So if it's confusing for you, don't worry too much about it. Just choose one and say it. In real English, just take a stab at it. Take a stab at it. That means just try. Just try your best. Take a stab at it. Nobody will really care too much because even native English speakers make a mistake in this area. Okay, now there's one more meaning of this word that I just think you should know because you hear it a lot in our culture. Okay, and that is get laid. Get laid. That means to have sex. Did you know that? To get laid means to have sex. Okay, now it's always in this form, laid. This doesn't change forms like the other words, right? Lie, lay, lying, lane. That's so confusing, right? In English, when words change forms. Well, this one doesn't change forms. It's just get laid. Get laid. Okay, for example, this friend might ask his friend, hey, did you get laid in Vegas? Hey, did you get laid in Vegas, right? Let's say this guy went to Las Vegas for a few days to have a party or something like that. Then when he gets back, his friend might ask him, did you get laid in Vegas? Right? Las Vegas is a city in the US and it's very famous for sexual things, right? There are a lot of prostitutes in Las Vegas. So a lot of people go to Las Vegas for a few days and just, mess around. They fool around, right? It means they have sex, gambling. Las Vegas is really famous for gambling, right? So they go and do some gambling, maybe have some prostitutes, and then they go back. They fly back to their city. I know people in Calgary, I've met people in Calgary who do that, right? In the winter, it's cold here in Calgary. They fly down to Vegas for like a weekend. They do some gambling and they probably cheat on their wives. I know some men who go down there and cheat on their wives. That's terrible, right? So hey, let's do some homework. Make a sentence with lie and lay. Make a sentence with these two verbs. Okay, or make two sentences, or you could make one sentence with both of them. It's your choice. Post your homework down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.